Andrews just pushed him away. Andrews is leaving. Mark Andrews is walking out on Zack Gibson. Zack Gibson goes one-on-one with Mark Andrews. What will happen in that match? Who will be the #1 contender to the ECW title? Gargano caught the arm. Goat Slayer. Johnny Gargano has done it. You're not. No! And yet again, LIJ stand tall at the end of an ECW. Rollins coming to the aid of Gargano. And the handshake that will send ruptures. The war has gone up another notch on ECW. Hello everyone and welcome to ECW, live from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Plenty happened last week to talk about, but there is plenty going on tonight for us to talk about as well, especially within the main event of the evening here. Could we see the implosion of the British Empire in the very city where the Boston Tea Party took place? We will find out when Zack Gibson collides with Mark Andrews here tonight. But before we get to that, it's time for a night of ECW, time for a night of action, and it's time for a Royal Rumble qualifier. Kicking things off tonight with a rematch from a few weeks ago, the Time Splitter Kushida to go one-on-one with the man of the hour, Lio Rush. Warm welcome to you all wherever you're tuning in. Last week's episode of ECW was maybe one of the biggest yet and gave us one of the best matches in ECW history between Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole. But it was the afters that we were all hooked on as well. LIJ obviously arriving and spoiling the party. But the man of the moment was Seth Rollins, storming the ring, standing alongside the man who beat him at SummerSlam to end his historic reign, to end, we hope, the reign of LIJ on ECW. Seth Rollins and Johnny Gargano standing side by side at the end of last week's show. Still a memory that lives well in my head. And I would imagine there is another memory that lands quite strongly in this man's head as well. Lio Rush having to remember what happened a number of weeks ago when he took on Kushida. Very competitive one-on-one contest, but it ended when Rush went to the top rope, went for the final hour, didn't get it, and Kushida was able to capitalize, turning it into the hoverboard lock to get a very, very quick tap-out win on Lio Rush. Rush believes he's learned his lesson. He believes he can knock off Kushida here this evening. We'll see how much that is the case for the man of the hour against the Time Splitter. Very hot way to kick things off here on ECW. Plenty to come our way here tonight as well. The triple threat tournament to determine the #1 contender to the Revival's ECW Tag Team titles will be determined, well, we'll start here tonight rather. And of course that big main event revolving around the British Empire to go with it, between Zack Gibson and Mark Andrews. Those two men in separate locker rooms tonight as they prepare for the main event match. So they won't see each other until they are face to face in this very ring here this evening. Plenty more to look forward to as well. We know that Buddy Murphy is in the arena here. We do not know when, but we know that he is, and that at some point, Best Damn Thing on ECW will be making an appearance. Just have to hold out for when that is. Here we go, duck under from Lio Rush, who comes in with a drop kick there. Nicely done indeed. Rush now, early going suplex here. Oh, kind of made there by Kushida. Nicely on the top of the head. Here goes Kushida now. Coming in with some kicks. Early offense there. And hammerlock DDT drives Lio Rush into the mat. Rush with a little bit of a grounded and mat-based approach to Kushida in the early goings here. Kushida, though, looking for an early tap-out. Double underhook suplex transitions into a cross-arm bar. Trying to stretch the arm of Lio Rush all the way out. If he does so, Rush will have to tap. Not happening. Rush will break his way out of it there. Big right hands to get him free. Tilt-a-whirl DDT! Lio Rush not only broke free, but he capitalized, spiking Kushida on his head and takes him down from behind as Kushida tried to get back up to his feet there. Oh, nasty slap in the face as well. Rush now to the outside on the apron. What is he going to do here? Nice right hand on... Oh! Could have had a high-flying opportunity lined up there, decided against it and hits a big poison rana onto Kushida instead, but there's a little bit of change to Lio Rush. Could have gone to the skies, decided against it. Maybe he has learned his lesson and he's willing to bring some power into the play. Sunset flip to the outside. A big move indeed from Lio Rush. One to send him to the Royal Rumble. 1, 2, oh, and not much more needed for 3. Kushida just getting the shoulder up in time there. The match is still well alive here. Oh, tilt-a-whirl. Reverse DDT takes Kushida down. Lio Rush certainly staying athletic and agile, but not, as I said before, taken to the skies that much. Had an opportunity earlier on and decided against it. Big clothesline there from Kushida, though, takes Rush down, and the former NXT Global Champion could be in trouble here. Kushida, suplex, has the arm again. Wrenching on it, Rush trying to wiggle his way out. Oh, Kushida has him in. Keeps him in a hammerlock, grabs the arm, and will yank it back with authority. Seems if Kushida does have the hoverboard lock up his sleeve again, maybe. And if not, he's not afraid to get brutal here with Lio Rush stomping a hole into the chest. And it'll be Kushida who will go to the top rope first. Kushida take it to the skies. Moonsault, this time it's Rush who has the knees up. Rush trying to stop the high-flying game of his own, and with it, stopping the high-flying game of Kushida. Hurricanrana, Kushida rolls to the outside right now. Rush on the apron here, and drops down. Again, refusing to take flight, but that time Kushida had him eyed up for a while. Rush comes up the counter, however. Oh, and charges into him there. Very interesting tactics from Lio Rush. Twice now he's had the opportunity to take flight from the apron, and twice he's turned down the opportunity. Now he will sit in a Boston Crab here on Kushida. It's locked in. Kushida's near the ropes, but will he have to submit to Lio Rush? Oh, not gonna happen. Kushida breaks his way free there, and the opportunity once again presents itself for Kushida with a leaping DDT there. Rush retreating to the turnbuckle right now. Kushida coming in hot with a basement drop kick. Caught all of Lio Rush there. Big right hand from behind. German suplex. Rush sticks the landing. Beautiful maneuver there from Rush to land on his feet. And a right hand spills Kushida to the outside. Lio Rush with a very grounded offense here. As I said before, using his agility and athleticism, there's no doubt about it, but refusing to take flight, and what a difference it's making in this match. Kushida right now in trouble. Look out, schoolboy. No, kip up. Oh, right across the head. Right across the head with that one. Kushida coming up with a counter to the Irish whip, but it's all in vain because there's a big-time cutter from Rush. Oh, so close, but not enough. Lio Rush calling Kushida to his feet, though. That leaping cutter could have been the beginning of the end here. Suplex. Oh, hang on. Oh, to Eddie Guerrero from Lio Rush. There's two of them. It seems as if Lio Rush brought three amigos to ECW tonight, and he's going to look for the Rush Hour. He is going to look to put away Kushida here. Rush Hour incoming. No, Kushida had a counter dragon screw reversal too soon of an attempt there from Lio Rush, and he pays for it with a hammerlock DDT from Kushida. Back and forth the pendulum swings, back and forth the opportunity swings for one of these two men to go to the Royal Rumble, to represent ECW, and to try and get themselves one step closer to the main event of WrestleMania. 2.5 weeks, well just over 2 weeks rather, my apologies, until the Royal Rumble. Rush up high, will he have to take the risk? This time he does. Top rope neck breaker. Cover is made, has he done it? Oh, 2 count and no more, but look at the move from Rush when he went up high. Just a neck breaker, nothing outlandish. Now from the second rope, Kushida moves out of the way of the knee drop. Moved out of the way of the knee drop. Rush came up with the counter. Neck breaker and a knee drop when he's gone to the turnbuckle. Rush willing to play it safe. Drop kick takes Kushida down again, and he'll look from the turnbuckle. Rush is in. Sweeping kick. Swept in. Step up enziguri. Kushida might be out here. And the time splitter may have no choice as he can't evade. Rush Hour! 1, 2. Oh, Kushida kicked out at 2. Lio Rush can hardly believe it. Lio Rush almost questioning if he has to take the risk. Will he have to go for it here? On the second rope he'll go. The knee drop comes down on Kushida. Out of that will set him up. He's going to do it. Here we go again. Will it work this time around? Final hour. No! Went to the well once more, and Kushida had it scouted. Massive overhand right there. The same mistake that plagued Lio Rush a number of weeks ago plagues him again here tonight. Kushida is in. Back-to-back running drop kicks. One mistake is all it took, and it was the same mistake he made, relying on the final hour. And this time, we will go back to the future. 1, 2, Lio Rush is beaten again. Kushida is going to the Royal Rumble. Went to his safe zone, did Lio Rush. And the mistake emerged again. Kushida, your winner. Zack Gibson willing to say that tonight is the final night then anything between these two men will go on. And if it isn't, well, he believes it won't be his fault. We'll see if that will be maintained to be true, however. Well, here we go right now in this one. It is going to be that triple threat tournament that I talked about earlier and that Kurt Angle announced last week. 6 teams in 2 triple threat matches will meet over this week and next week. Then in 2 weeks' time, there will be a tag team match between the 2 winning sides to determine who will face the Revival for the ECW tag team titles. And speak of the British Empire here tonight, here comes the 4th member of the group, who is representing the Empire, who is representing that Union Jack here tonight. That is, of course, the Submission Master, the former ECW Cruiserweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr. It will be Zack Sabre Jr., Kalisto, as you saw, and One Lorcan in this matchup here this evening. Interesting for me that Boston Strong Style in their hometown have elected to take the man born and raised in Boston in One Lorcan, as opposed to the man born and raised just outside of it in Dominik Dijakovic. Maybe Lorcan believes he can get the win here tonight. I don't know. Maintain to be seen if it's true, though. Last time we saw Zack Sabre Jr., he went on a fairly competitive match with Humberto Carrillo, picked up the win via a roll-up against him, beat him with a wrestling move when Carrillo went to the top rope one too many times. Not a very positive reception for the British here in Boston, but is that hardly a surprise? And I wonder what the reaction could be as well in our main event later on this evening. Sabre Jr. ready to go here. We wait and see. We wait and hear for the final man to make his way out here. Crowd getting up to their feet for him and raising a finger in the air for One Lorcan. Welcome home for Lorcan. And I wonder what will happen here tonight when Lorcan steps in that ring. Will the Boston crowd cheer him on all the way to 2 weeks' time when he will face the winner of next week's triple threat match, of who we will be revealing the opponents for later on this evening. Right now, though, One Lorcan focused in the zone. Last minute warm-ups for him. 3 very different styles in this matchup. The high-flying aerial offense of Kalisto, the submission joint manipulation of Zack Sabre Jr., and the throw the fists, raise it up and let him fly of One Lorcan, who comes in right away with a neck crank onto Zack Sabre Jr. The British are not welcome in Boston. Double team move maybe incoming. No, Lorcan not interested. Got countered though by Sabre Jr. and Kalisto willing to work alongside Zack Sabre Jr. there to take Lorcan down. Every man for himself, of course, in this one. Sabre Jr. early Irish whip. Kalisto went to capitalize, but Lorcan came charging in. And Kalisto hit the mat hard. Big right hand from Lorcan takes Sabre Jr. down, and he will stay there as well. Nice knife edge chop from Kalisto. Here we go. Irish whip. Oh, wait a minute. Counter made. Duck under. Oh, look at the agility there of Kalisto, who takes him in with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Very nice head scissors, takes Lorcan down, and now Kalisto will turn his attention onto Zack Sabre Jr. with a step up into Gary there, and ZSJ will roll to the outside as Kalisto will now turn his focus onto Lorcan. Irish whip from Kalisto here. Works it around into a very nice neck breaker. Off the apron. Oh, off the apron with a Phoenix splash, my goodness. Cover is made, and look at that from Lorcan. Kicked out right away. Zack Sabre Jr. though, hit in the ring. And oh, check out the leg there of Kalisto. Taking away the speed, of course, of Kalisto and setting him up however he feels like to work on that joint in what I imagine will be just a few moments' time. One Lorcan couldn't get what he wanted there, took a little bit too long, and that allowed Zack Sabre Jr. to get himself back up into position. Oh, nice right hand there. Kalisto, I believe, played a part in it, but did also eat into the mat quite badly there and rolls out of the ring. Maybe picked up a hard knock from his impact. Look at the way that Sabre Jr. there just kicking away on the legs of Lorcan. trying to take away that fight and that fire from within him. Zack Sabre Jr. though, learning once again what Boston Strong Style is all about. Lorcan brings him up to his feet. Lovely Northern Light suplex with a wondrous bridge from One Lorcan, who gets a 1 count there. Sabre Jr. kicks out early, and look at the smart of Sabre Jr. there. Rolls out to the apron. He saw Kalisto getting back in the ring and decided to take a breather. But Kalisto not going to give him one for the second time tonight. A sunset flip to the outside will be inflicted down onto an opponent. Oh, wait a minute though. Sabre Jr. The dexterity and the ability to take punishment from this guy, that is just, you can't put a number on that. That is just British toughness from Sabre Jr. there, who comes back in the ring, stared down with One Lorcan for a second, and that was a second too long for One's liking. Power bomb from Lorcan. Cover is made. Kalisto makes the save for his sake and the Lucha House Party's, of course. Imagine Dijakovic is watching this match closely, as is, even though we just saw him a moment ago, Drew McIntyre. In the corner we go here. Oh! Big running uppercut from One Lorcan. Takes Kalisto down there. Lorcan now turns his attention to ZSJ in his hometown. One Lorcan calling the shots here. Missed it though! Missed that lifted kick there. Sabre Jr. ran around it and took a leg out from One Lorcan and briefly took him out of the match as well. ZSJ, look at that, pointing about the intelligence that he had to move out of the way and to capitalize on it. Lorcan was flustered for a few moments, and that enabled ZSJ to take full advantage, as he is doing right now onto Kalisto. ZSJ just dictating the pace in the ring right now and really dictating what happens with Kalisto, controlling it here. There's Lorcan though. Uppercut for one, axe handle for the other. And another uppercut will come in. One Lorcan taking both men down in quick succession. Has Kalisto. Northern Light suplex. Cover is made. What very nice bridge indeed. Almost had him. ZSJ would have been a fraction too late to make the save, but Kalisto raised his shoulder up in time. Will roll himself out of the ring, and the fight getting quite hairy in the ring. Headbutt in the back by Lorcan. Working over the back of ZSJ right now, taking away that nimble frame of him, that agility that allows him to wrap himself around his opponents and finish them off. Well, One Lorcan is just looking to finish off ZSJ altogether. Half hatch suplex. The cover is made. Is Lorcan and Dijakovic going to 2 weeks title? A fraction away. Sabre Jr. kicked out, but I don't think he knew quite what he did. He looks out of it in the ring. Kalisto hit the ring again. And Kalisto, is he thinking Salida del Sol? Is he thinking the win here? Or if he was, ZSJ had it red and took the leg out from underneath him. And there is no niceties from ZSJ here, who is looking very frustrated with what's going on in this matchup. That it hasn't gone the way that he wanted, hasn't panned out how he imagined it. Has the leg here. Oh, look at this. Leg trap, headlock here. An innovator of submissions, no doubt about it, is ZSJ, and he's just brought out a new one. But there's Lorcan to make the save. Takes him down. Lorcan in here. Irish whip from the turnbuckle goes Zack Sabre Jr. Lorcan doesn't care about submissions. He wants the pinfall win. Sunset flip. Is it all she wrote? Sabre Jr. gets the shoulder up in time, but he doesn't get himself up off the mat at all. Wait a minute, what is Lorcan gonna do here? With Kalisto in his clutches, who knows what could happen? Lorcan with a head of steam. Oh, Kalisto sends Lorcan to the outside. Lorcan hits hard on the outside. Wait, Sabre Jr. up to his feet. Russian leg sweep, and now contorting the body and the neck of Kalisto, who has no choice but to tap out. Right place, right time. And in Zack Sabre Jr.'s mind, the right winner to go on top of it. picked his moment perfectly, and a brand new submission from Sabre Jr. ends it. The British Empire are moving on to that tag team match in 2 weeks' time. Whatever happens tonight, they have that to look forward to, courtesy of Zack Sabre Jr. Oh, wait a minute, folks! Buddy Murphy just hopped the barricade! Murphy with Murphy's Law on Kalisto! Murphy has arrived on ECW! Taking out Kalisto here! And oh, hang on! That is the very bat in his hand that he took out Ali and Mysterio with 2 weeks ago! And he is rubbing in the fact that he's brought it with him as well. Buddy Murphy has been living a nightmare ever since Anarchy Rules, ever since Rey Mysterio rightfully took the Cruiserweight Championship from him. Oh, Murphy. I mean, come on. The facts are there. You beat down Rey and you still lost. But he doesn't believe he's going to be pinned again by Rey Mysterio. Buddy Murphy invoking his rematch clause right here tonight. And he wants his rematch at the Royal Rumble. He wants Rey Mysterio in a ladder match. And he demands an answer from the Cruiserweight Champion next week. He wants his match at the Royal Rumble to be a ladder match. Oh, come on! Kalisto barely knew where he was. And Murphy just smashed a bat between his eyes. Buddy Murphy has lost it. Well, the same message goes to Mark Andrews, but with a much blunter response from the Welshman to Drew McIntyre. Interesting there indeed, as we build ourselves up for that main event match. But coming up right now, you know what that guitar riff means. The New Foundation are in town. The three men of the New Foundation. Because last week, Chad Gable was revealed as the newest member of this group. Tony Nese, Noam Dar, and Chad Gable making up Bret Hart's New Foundation here on ECW. And the New Foundation here tonight are having what is believed to be a tune-up match, as Bret the Hitman Hart called it, ahead of what'll be, for Tony Nese, that triple threat qualifier next week. He will be representing the New Foundation in that match as he is tonight, as the pink and white can be seen all around here in the TD Garden, with Tony Nese, Noam Dar, and Chad Gable all representing Bret the Hitman Hart's colours. So there you go, Tony Nese will be in that triple threat match next week, and the other two members will be revealed in just a moment's time. Sorry, not just a moment's time, just before the main event of the evening, but right now, Shane Thorne willing to go one-on-one with Tony Nese here, despite what happened last week to him on ECW, which is, of course, for lack of a better term, a demolition, courtesy of Tomohiro Ishii. Got to admire the willingness from Shane Thorne, and got to admire the strength. What a power bomb from Thorne! Huge counter. Could that be an upset win? Oh, Thorne looking early on for the upset win, but it just didn't come his way there. Great thinking, though, from Shane Thorne to try and put away Nese early on here. And Thorne is coming back with some offense, far more than he got in last week. This is why Thorne was willing to step up to the fight right away, because he believed he could improve, he could get better, and he could beat someone here tonight. And whether or not that is the case, he's willing to give it a go. Thorne eyeing up Nese in the corner. Oh, took too long. Nese had the counter well scouted and comes in here with some quick strikes to create separation and to place Shane Thorne right where he wanted him for a knife-edge chop across the chest, and to turn the pacing of the match back around how the premier athlete wants it to go as he goes shoulder first into the turnbuckle. Shane Thorne got in some offense, but it's very quickly just eked away from him here. Some nice moves demonstrated by Thorne, certainly getting in more offense here as he takes down Tony Nese again. But look at that from Nese, denying any hope of a cover from Shane Thorne. Nese though with a big forearm shot. Thorne couldn't capitalize, and a leaping forearm connects. Nese trying to put him away, but Thorne's foot there underneath the bottom rope. Good call by the referee. Let's see what else happened here. Nice right hand from Tony Nese, goes behind. Reverse CDT, nothing flashy, but damn effective from one half of the penultimate NXT Tag Team Champions. Gable and Noam Dar have fantastic submission games, while Tony Nese is a talented all-around athlete, and he is demonstrating it here. Hangs him on the top rope, but a big knee in the side of the head takes Shane Thorne down. And the beginning of the end is being painted here for Shane Thorne, courtesy of the premier athlete. Pump handle power bomb. Thorne was willing to fight. He gave it a good shot. He got in some offense, but some was nowhere near enough. The running Nese connects. Tony Nese will hook the leg. And this one is over. A tune-up indeed. A tune-up indeed for next week for Tony Nese. But will he be able to turn it into victory in the triple threat next week? We will find out. Shane Thorne gave him a fight, but not enough. The new foundation continues to roll on ECW. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Please tell me this isn't... LIJ are in the building. Evil Sonata with a magic killer on Hiroki Goto. LIJ have hit the building in Boston. Goto laid out again. And I have just seen who is in the ring. It is a nightmare. It has become a reality. And even Boston can't stand Tetsuya Naito. You think you're in a place to make demands, Tetsuya Naito? No more, no more. I'll be right back. I didn't think this point would be reached, but enough has finally become enough. Normally when these shows are on the air, I sit back and I do my second job, but now I cannot stand back and let the brand that I spent the last 5 years building up crumble to the ground because of you. We have given you this bone and let you run with it for far too long, Tetsuya Naito. And we are going to be doing something about it. The same stuff has gone on for too long. It is time for the change. You want your stipulation at the Royal Rumble? You want this little talk about Gargano next week? Fine. You can have it. But if you want it to happen, you better be aware. Things go both ways. So next week on ECW, Johnny Gargano will face a member of LIJ. But that won't be the only match. Revolving around your ECW Championship match at the Royal Rumble, there will be 2 stipulation matches next week. One to determine the match type itself, the other to determine a stipulation on top of the match itself. And you know what? I'm not even going to give you the courtesy of letting you elect who you want, how you want, when you want. We're calling the shots, because last time I checked, Tetsuya Naito and the rest of LIJ, you aren't LIJ superstars, you aren't signed to LIJ, you are signed to ECW, and what I say goes. So next week, alright, Johnny Gargano will face a member of Los Ingobernables de Japon. He will face Hiromu Takahashi. And as for that other match that we talked about, I'll give you a little bit more of an easy side. One of the men involved in that attack earlier, Sonata. He'll go one-on-one against Seth Rollins. And if you don't like that, Naito, then you could throw the title on the ground for the last time. You can get on a plane back to Japan and you can stay there until the court order comes through your door. Because if you so much as disrespect ECW, if you so much as throw a complaint one more time, if you throw that title around one more time, we will take you to court. We will take that title away from you. And we will take everything that you know and love away from you. Just how the same as you've done to us since you won that ECW Championship at No Way Out. This is no longer a one-sided affair, Tetsuya Naito. We are waking up. Next week, we take action, and I pray and I hope that at the Royal Rumble, we take that title back. We take ECW back. And we take you down. My apologies, folks, but sometimes enough is enough and you have to draw the line somewhere. Anyway, next week on this show, as you see right there, Tony Nese will be taking on the New Day's Kofi Kingston and Heavy Machinery's Otis. But the two big matches coming our way next week here on ECW. Sonata will go one-on-one with Seth Rollins to determine the match at the Royal Rumble between Johnny Gargano and Tetsuya Naito, and he can have his wish. But to place the further stipulation on top of it, the time bomb will have to beat Johnny Gargano in the main event of next week's ECW. LIJ will be in the building, and we will be ready for a fight. It is going to be chaos. I already know that is the truth. But it's not about next week, at least not for now. The day will come. But right now, our main event has arrived in the TD Garden. It is time for what could be the implosion of the British Empire, but which man will bring it about? Zack Gibson or Mark Andrews? We will be about to find out. Gibson heading towards the ring, and the problems between this man and Mark Andrews have been plain to see for weeks and weeks now. Gibson didn't like what happened all the way back at Anarchy Rules when some kind of a distraction between Bate and Mark Andrews led to a Drew McIntyre victory. We still do not know what was said. Mark Andrews has refused to state it to anyone. Drew McIntyre, Zack Gibson, myself, he has not said a word about it. And that has got to Zack Gibson, who believes that Mark Andrews is keeping secrets from the British Empire, who believes that he is made to betray the British Empire and align himself once again alongside Tyler Bate. And well, we all saw what took place last week when Zack Gibson went one-on-one with Kofi Kingston. A Trouble in Paradise connected after Mark Andrews walked out on Zack Gibson in that matchup. And now here we are tonight with the Union Jack on the back of Mark Andrews, not representing the nation of Britain as a whole, but representing the British Empire, that's for certain. But what will happen here tonight when Andrews and Gibson collide? Will everything that Gibson has said about Mark Andrews come to fruition? Will tonight be the final night that the name Mark Andrews will be added in the British Empire? Or will this be the night when the problems are resolved, when these two men finally coexist, finally see eye to eye, and the British Empire is all back for the first time in many months, long before Mark Andrews came along, to normal? We will find out as these two men will go to battle here tonight. And while there was not a cheer in the arena for Zack Gibson, a mixed response comes the way of Mark Andrews. The British Empire is on the line here tonight, but who or what will happen to it, I think, is the better question to ask. But who will be victorious is also on the top of everyone's mind, as here we go between these two men. Gibson trying to unload with some forearms early on. Andrews coming in with the counter. And we are in for some British strong style in our main event here. We know these two guys aren't going to go soft on one another. So what will happen? What will they use? How far are they willing to go to beat the other? McIntyre has asked for no cheating, no underhanded tactics from both men, no dirty tricks, just a clean fight with a decisive winner. Nice Northern Light suplex there by Gibson, but it's an early kick out at one there from Mark Andrews. Oh, look at these forearm shots raining in there. Andrews just not even bothering to try and block them. Gibson hit hard. Andrews maybe hitting harder with that knee. Big corkscrew kick. Put a lot into it and the taller man went down. Nice forearm shot, but Gibson staying pretty damn upright after it. Andrews in. Works his way around the body of Gibson and gets that arm drag there. Takes him off his feet and now a side headlock takeover. Keeps the arm. and drops an elbow down on it. Both men with pretty effective finishing maneuvers, willing to put the other one away if needs be. Andrews, top rope, Phoenix splash down onto Gibson. And could that already be enough in Andrews' eyes? There's the cover. There's the count of two. Shoulder race in time there by Zack Gibson. Will it be the helter-skelter of Liverpool's number one? Or will it be tyranny from Mark Andrews to be victorious here this evening? Big dump there on the top rope, and now it's Gibson who's in control of this match and in control of Mark Andrews' leg as well. Wrenching on the knee and the leg there, taking away the speed offense that Andrews has, as Gibson wants to keep him grounded here and just beat him down and pummel him. You heard Gibson earlier. He is going to make him hurt like he has made the British Empire hurt for too long. And Zack Gibson is delivering on that pledge right now. Big right hand. Smacked him in the back to line him up for a hammerlock back suplex. He knew what he was looking for there, and he got all of it. And Andrews had no counter at all. Up against the ropes, Gibson with the Irish whip. Back body drop. Andrews must have gone almost 7 feet in the air there. And that neck crank after it, not going to do him any favors. This is just Zack Gibson demolishing Mark Andrews right now. Oh, look at the way he's pushing down on the chin as well to stretch that back out even further. The agony going through Mark Andrews must be incalculable, but he is able to slip his way out of it. How much damage was done there? Took too long going for the Hurricanrana. Gibson knew it, and he capitalizes from behind. Snap Regalplex. Hooks the leg, shoulders down. Oh, kick out in time there from Andrews. But Zack Gibson right now just controlling the Welshman. In the corner we go with a huge Irish whip there. And again working on the back. Hammerlock back suplex. Andrews trying to retreat to the corner, but there's no safety anywhere in this ring with Gibson. Running big boot there. Down goes. Oh, come on. Come on. You said you wouldn't cheat. You agreed to it. And look, Drew McIntyre waiting there. Oh, coming up on the ramp. Surged his way out and telling Gibson to fight him like a man. And it seems if the message has worked, Gibson grabbed the turnbuckle pad and put it back together. Fixed the ring up. But that could have been an unduly mistake. Andrews from behind. Crucifix from Andrews now trying to put him away, but it's only good for one. But the mistake from Gibson to try and fight underhanded opened up the door there for Mark Andrews, and now he can capitalize here. Running knees in the corner. Gibson goes down while Andrews goes up high. Mark Andrews from up top, willing to take a risk. Here we go. Crossbody, and Gibson goes down. Fight picking up in this main event now. Here we go. Stundog Millionaire from Andrews there. Goes into the cover, didn't hook the leg, and that was his own mistake there. As Gibson is able to be saved by the ropes, and this matchup will continue on. Pele kick now. But Zack Gibson's own inability to follow what they agreed to has opened the door firmly for Mark Andrews, who has used that to take control in this match. Gibson though rolls off there from that submission attempt, and you can see how the damage has been done there though. Look at how long it took for Andrews to get up to his feet. Gibson missed with the body blow, and now Andrews is in. He'll throw Gibson to the outside. Mark Andrews taking flight. Drew McIntyre hasn't moved from his position atop the ramp as he watches the men from the group that he leads take the fight to the outside. Andrews sending Gibson head first, and again kicking him upside the head. Refs count up to 6 here, but they'll still fight. Gibson sending Andrews into the steps there. Surprise, surprise maybe. It's Mark Andrews who's used the outside to his advantage. McIntyre watching on. The count is going up. The last thing he wants is a double count out. We're up to 9 and both men running back into the ring there. Credit to them both. They want to fight. They want to beat each other up. They want to end this. And they're not letting the match go to a double count out. Not for Drew McIntyre's sake, and certainly not for theirs. Here we go. Gibson in. Teardrop suplex now takes Andrews down. And Andrews didn't move a muscle to even feel his back out from the impact. He just took the damage. As look at this now. Brutal knee strikes there from Zack Gibson. They come back in the ring. And the Liverpudlian is dominating the Welshman. Tangles him up for that suplex. Will that be all she wrote here? Gibson covers. It's not enough. Andrews trying to bring himself up to his feet, but how much damage has Zack Gibson done to the body throughout this contest? Look at these now. Big just slaps in the chest. Hardly chops. Zack Gibson is just controlling the match right now. Controlling Mark Andrews. Taking all his frustration out that he had on this man. And in his eyes, ending the grudge one way or another. He raked the eyes there. Referee was not in a good position to see, and I think that's why Gibson took the advantage, because he knew the ref couldn't see it. Big uppercut in the corner, and now you're starting to think, is Gibson beating down Andrews here to try and finish the match off, or is he beating him down because he can? Because Andrews can't fight back, because the damage has been done to his body. Mark Andrews willing to say that the damage isn't done, that the fight is still going on. Tilt-a-whirl head scissors takes Gibson down. One move was all it took, one counter was all it took, made some separation, and now Andrews coming in with some heavy shots there, lifting Gibson up to the top rope, hoping that he's rattled him enough. A right hand just in case. Wait a minute, are you kidding me? Spanish fly! From the top rope! And is it all she wrote? 2.5. Andrews can't believe it, but he wants to. He wants this match over with. He wants to be victorious. Went for the Phoenix Splash again. No one home. Gibson counted. And another teardrop suplex takes Andrews down. Gibson's gone to the well a number of times with the moves in this match, but there has been no counter from Mark Andrews, and it may just be a matter of time until he connects with Helter Skelter and finishes off Andrews here. The hammerlock DDT spiked him. He will hook the leg here. Are we done for? Not quite. But it may be about to be over soon. Slice of the throat to slice the grudge, and maybe to slice Mark Andrews' allegiance to the British Empire. Helter Skelter was planned, but he didn't get it. Andrews counters, seated dropkick there. And now Andrews will go to the apron. Gibson trying to bring himself up to his feet. Andrews calling him up to his feet. Mark Andrews gonna take a risk from the apron. Oh, Gibson pushed the referee in the way. Used the referee as a blockade. And Gibson from behind. A low blow. A low blow on Andrews. McIntyre watching on with what must be disgust. He tried and he failed. Gibson couldn't stick to the rules. With a steel chair in hand, Tyler Bate. Bate sends the chair into the face of Gibson. Tyler Bate wants this to end cleanly, and for that he will pay. Discus clothesline from Gibson. McIntyre hasn't moved a muscle. Beats it into the steps for trying to save his friend. Back in the ring now. Andrews is up to his feet. Up to his feet and caught him across the head. Ref standing as well. Andrews is in. Tyranny on Gibson. Mark Andrews hooks the leg. 1, 2. Mark Andrews has beaten Zack Gibson. When it looked like it was all about to fall apart, when Gibson couldn't stick to the rules, Bate came to the aid. He paid for it, but Tyranny connected on Gibson. Andrews hooked the leg, and he beat Zack Gibson here in our main event of the evening. Hopefully for that man's sake, it spells the end of the drama. But maybe not quite. Tyler Bate getting in the ring. Wow, what a moment this must be for Bate. No! Damn it, no!